Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match fallout show on the internet. Leicester away, Leicester 1, Leicester 2, West Ham 1, blah blah blah. Finish it there.
Let's go on.
I'm not too disappointed.
Nah.
But I would like to have progressed in the cup, but to say we had it coming was an understatement, to be honest with you. Let's go through the game. Obviously it went to extra time, that's why we're up here so late. They got it, the winner in the last few minutes of extra time, but they've started obviously very well. Three or 4 minutes in, hit a goal. Badu, what was his name? Poo Poo or Dodo or whatever his name is. Defensive error.
Yeah.
Quite a bad defensive error. Mix up in a defence. It was unlike us really to have a mix up in a defence.
We've been defending lately.
That's it. You always do one, especially how well we defended in the week. Collins coming back into the side.
Yeah, he's rusty, isn't he? He's not played much football.
So it's just readjusting.
Yeah, and the things you got to remember, like the shift they put in on Saturday.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
tired.
Let's go through the starting lineups because obviously Leicester made 10 changes, and I think at home as well. I think they was a better team tonight. Overall, we had spells. We had good spells. Good first half.
Yeah.
But let's go for the starting lineup. Only 3 changes from us. I'm quite surprised about that.
I'm very surprised.
I was quite surprised about that as well. I thought he would have made a few more.
It's played out in the end with the goalkeeping situation, but I wouldn't have thought Adrian would have started. I said,
well, he's obviously taking the game seriously.
Oh yeah,
he's taking it seriously.
Yeah, we ain't gone there. No. We ain't gone there to roll over for him, mate. He's gone there to win, and we've lost. We've lost.
Collins was always going to start.
I was surprised about Carroll starting. I thought he might have.
Yeah, I was very surprised about him starting. I thought we might give him a little half-hour run at the end or so.
So we said in the previous show, didn't we? We thought he'd be on the bench. Yeah, he'd probably get half hour.
But a 60-minute run out for him is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's hard to say. It said we've gone for it. Zarate, coming back from injury, first start scores, which is
that's a positive for us.
Yeah, that's a massive.
That's a positive because he's obviously put in a good shift against. He played the game against. Did he play against Leicester last game? He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't too great, and then picked up an injury. Did he play Bournemouth? He might have played Bournemouth. Might have been on a bench or something.
I can't remember.
Anyway, whatever, he's picked up an injury against Liverpool, but it's another positive for him coming back and scoring a quite good well taken. I think he's going in anyway.
Yeah, it's going
apart from the deflection. The deflection's done. The keeper and made sure it's gone in, but it was going in. I thought, and that's another positive that we can take. One positive we can take from this game is the fact that we've got goals still coming from everywhere.
Yeah, that's it.
We've got a lot of goals in midfield this year.
Yeah. And that's it, it's what you got to look at. When the strikers ain't scoring, we're getting goals. You look back at previous seasons, barring Nolan popping up when he used to pop up, we weren't getting goals from midfield. It was if the strikers weren't scoring, we're struggling.
Yeah, we've scored every game so far this year.
Yeah, which is a good thing. It is disappointing we didn't get the result, but so first half I thought we played some good football without really
threatening much.
I think what the final ball. The final ball was lacking a bit from us tonight, and I thought with Carroll coming back in the team, wasn't too mobile. Maybe didn't fit quite the style of football we were playing.
Things as we said during the game, it's hard to judge. Because this is his pre-season. This is his pre-season game.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too hard on him.
No.
No way.
The way we play, I can't see him fitting. Not with that lone striker, long ball. I get it, and it gives you the option. I just don't know. I don't know where he fits.
No, that's not how we've been playing.
No.
The thing is, the couple of times when we did go long to him, Moses tried to get beyond him, and that's going to be the key. I think if we're going to play with Carroll and we're going to mix it up a bit and go long, we've got to make sure whoever's on that wing gets in front of him.
Well, the thing is, Moses and Antonio as well, they've both got the pace to maybe give the defender a yard or two, rather than and still beat the defender.
I don't think we're going to see too much of Antonio this year. To be honest, I don't think we're going to see too much of him this year.
You reckon it'd be like a gentle progression?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Moses is going to be our main man.
The thing is, he's coming on loan. He wouldn't coming on loan.
And you've got people like Lanzini. I think will be before Antonio, just because I think it'd be a gentle progression into the league games. And
he's still only young.
Yeah, he's a young. He's 24, 25, whatever he is. He's only played up to Championship football. It's a big step up in it.
They've obviously seen something in him.
Well, he's been mustered in the league.
I mean, I've seen some of the goals he scored in the.
See, the thing is, he's another one. You can't take much out of when he come against City.
No,
we were under the cosh for that half when he come on, so you can't expect too much of him. It'd be interesting to see. I reckon he'll get a run out. He won't start, but I reckon he'll come on against Norwich, and I reckon we'll see a bit more of him at that time. Yeah,
gradually break him into the.
We'll forget about him. He didn't play tonight. So Carroll got some minutes under his belt. That's another positive. Wasn't chucking himself out like the normal Andy Carroll. Maybe he's been told to just ease it up a little bit. Just get some minutes under your belt before you start to chuck yourself into things and whatever. I think we lost that mobility up front with him there. That we've had with Sacco running the channels, darting here, there and everywhere. You're not going to get that with Andy Carroll. I think we lacked that a bit today. Moses had a good game, I thought, first half. I thought he was very good. I think Lanzini was quite good as well, first half. Obviously, go on.
I was saying first half, we were playing some nice football.
I thought we played some nice football in spells. I thought we played some nice football. Don't forget this as well, right? Don't forget this. That is Leicester. That Leicester are the only team this season to go undefeated in any competition. Not only that, they're in the form of their lives. You know what I mean? They've got a new manager. They're riding on the back of that. A bit like us, I suppose, with that sort of positivity in there. They're still carrying on that momentum. They made a lot of changes tonight, which I was surprised at the changes they made. But they made so many chances and missed them. So you can see why them players are not in the first team. But they're of a decent standard to challenge what they've got. Do you understand what I mean?
No, that's it. The thing is, he's
the pressing ref. They want to be starting.
They want to
play in that squad.
They want to prove a point.
I've got to say though, when he was putting some fantastic crosses in.
There was. Anyway, end of first. I've got a lot of games to talk about, so we're going to have to press on with this a little bit. End of the first half, we come in. Second half, they bombarded us a little bit.
We lost shape a little bit.
I think we lost shape. Carroll's gone off.
I think that's when we started to lose shape.
I think in the end we didn't have a striker on the pitch. I think that's not a mistake from Bilic, but I think it was confusion about who was playing where and who was doing the floating, who was doing.
I think Sacco needed not to play tonight.
I'd give him a rest.
He's been putting it in,
so he deserved his rest. But that's worrying, the fact that we've gone now. We've got one. Zarate, can you really call him a striker? He's that sort of
in between.
He's more of a floater playing behind the striker.
And that's the worrying thing, is that when we made that change, we've got Moses up top, and we just looked all over the place. If Leicester could finish, that could have easily been 4 or 5.
I think so. First half, second half. Sorry, they pressed. Couple of opportunities. We had a couple of penalties turned down. I know they had one, but we had a couple.
I don't think their one was a penalty. To be honest, I really don't. But Moses was a penalty.
What at the end?
No,
the one before.
One before. And then
the Noble one was definitely
Noble was blatantly a penalty.
Booked for diving.
And the thing is as well, that's a penalty and that's a booking, and that's Sampson's second booking. He's gone.
And then extra time is when Moses gets taken out, which he'd already blown up for the foul. I don't know what the foul was.
I didn't think the referee was awful, but I thought some of the key decisions tonight he got wrong.
He bottled it.
He
bottled it big time.
But it comes back to the home game as well. Same sort of thing happening in the home game. They should have had a man sent off. Schmeichel should have been sent off. But hey ho, that's the way it goes, as they say. You know what I mean? And
it's not. It ain't the biggest deal in the world that we're at.
No.
It's disappointing. But like you say.
I'd like to have a nice cup run, but you've got another cup left, and that's an early season game, and you got to think that players are still. It's a big. How can I say? It's a big change from what we was playing. These are big trends. Like I said that against the Bournemouth game. You go away to sort of like the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal and Man City and get the victories there, but you're playing with a bit more freedom against the smaller sides like the Leicesters and no disrespect to Leicester, they're doing very well, very very well indeed.
City,
but they're not Man City, they're not Arsenal, they're not Liverpool. And you sort of adapt your play, and I think that's where they're sort of still learning. I felt we played some very very nice stuff at times tonight.
Yeah,
I think
we did.
At Pint, as you said, final ball maybe just a bit lacking.
We just haven't got that. I say when we're playing on the break, we're fantastic. When we have to break the side down, we just haven't quite got that little bit.
But it's coming. I can see it coming.
Yeah.
You're talking about some of the balls tonight was millimetres off. We've done a lot of pressing high up the pitch, which I was quite impressed with tonight.
The thing is, we do play some good one-touch football at times.
At times. But then there's other times. Cresswell give the ball away a couple of times tonight.
Tompkins gave it away.
There's a lot of that sort of. And I think that's. As I said, a part of the transformation of the football. I think that comes with time.
It's the problem. The problem with changing to that passing style of football is sometimes you can overplay.
Yeah.
And at times we get caught out. It's the same as there's a couple of times play out and Moses. They've beat a man, they've beat another man, and they've took that extra touch when they should be laying the ball off. It's that them little decisions that again it's working the kinks out. So that's Moses.
He'll come.
Yeah, Moses. That's only his third game of the season. And he looks brilliant.
Mm-hmm. He does look a good signing. Extra time. As you mentioned again, Noble goes down. Booked for simulation. Blatant penalty from what I see. One of the most blatant penalties you'll ever see. Harry's booked in for simulation. Is it me, or is the refereeing in this country getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse?
It is.
But what is that down to? Why are we looking at these sort of refereeing decisions? Because every week there seems to be. Last season, the first half of the season was awful.
They're not accountable to anyone.
The problem,
you are referees, like where they had the panel.
Yeah,
but they seem to just protect the refs.
Exactly. That's the problem. The referees ain't accountable, and there's a lot of pressure on them. They are human beings. They will make mistakes, and you'd understand if you have 90-minute game and the referee makes one or two mistakes, you get it. But to be
the case in that Noble penalty. That Noble penalty was a penalty.
Yeah.
He's made a decision the other way.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's missed it. He's seen it.
Yeah.
And his
interpretation was what's not helped Noble is because Noble's knocked the ball away from the defender as the defender slipped in and took Noble.
So it looks like.
What are you supposed to do? Because if you don't knock the ball away.
No, but from the referee's position where he's standing, the motion of the ball was gone as if.
Well, no. I don't agree with that because if the ball goes away, then it's a tackle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what.
Then it's not a dive.
Yeah, it's not a dive. That's it. So if he can't book him for diving because the player's tackled him and he's gone down over the player's foot, which is fine. But to book him for it and to say he's dove when he's saying obviously the ball's gone that way, so the
is that a word?
Dove. Yeah, I think it's a word. Yeah.
The defenders took the ball and he simulated a dive. It ain't. You can't say that.
There's no decision there because if it's a tackle, it's a tackle.
Yeah.
If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. There's no sort of there's no in between there.
Yeah.
He ain't gone over the player's foot without.
That's it.
I don't. It's perplexing to me. I don't know what they're looking at. And the thing, the mind-boggling thing is they've got people trying to help them.
Yeah.
There's
and they don't pay attention.
They just do not. It just fucking. But it's things like that that ruin games.
I mean, do you think it would be maybe after a game, like they interview the managers and they interview the players? What did you think of this? What did you think of that? Why don't I get the refs out and ask them about key
Sometimes-
decisions?
I've seen one ref, and I can't remember who it was.
Rennie.
No,
I bet it was Rennie.
No, it weren't. It was last season, the season before, where he actually went on telly and admitted he got something wrong. He got a decision wrong. One ref.
And would you respect him more?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't they have?
Because he done that. You know, he said I got this. He said, you know, when I saw it at the time, I thought it was the way I gave it. And he said,
But there are some decisions, that don't get me wrong, I've stuck up for refs in the past. There are some decisions that at the pace of the game you cannot see.
No.
And like even TV replays in super slow motion are indecisive.
Yeah.
Like you can't, one angle it looks one way, another angle it looks another way. But that tonight was.
I mean, decisions like the ones you're saying with the speed of the game, you can forgive those, but there's too many nailed-on decisions that they're getting wrong.
The thing that's annoying me, it ain't so much that the penalty wasn't given. It was the fact that he booked him.
Yeah.
You know, that's the annoying thing. Because
If he hadn't give the penalty, and you say the motion of the ball, that could be forgiven in a way because he thinks it's a tackle.
Yeah.
But to book him for simulation is the total wrong decision.
Noble's not a player who dives about. If that was Ashley Young for Man United, and he dives on the floor and gets it, and the referee books it, you can understand because he's got previous of it. He done it 3 or 4 times.
I don't think you should look for the player's reputation, but I know they do, but I don't think you should do that. But even still, whether he's a diving player or not, there's no the interpretation of what happened in that tackle. It makes no sense for the decision he's given.
No,
but then we're sitting here saying, "Oh, but we lost not because the ref didn't give a penalty, because Leicester were a better side." But
you say that though. You say that. That penalty's given. That's another yellow card.
Yeah, and he's
off. 2-1. Game over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a game-changing decision.
Exactly. You can sit there and say, all right, we've got to score the penalty, but still, even if you don't score the penalty, you're playing against 10 men.
But
it changes the course of the game.
But saying that, the chances they made and the saves Adrian made was in the second half. Sorry about that, we had a sound difficulty there. We've talked about Adrian. Adrian kept us in the game tonight, I thought, at times. Fabulous man of match performance.
Yeah. Without fail, he was the best player on that pitch. Without fail.
Was it 2-3 1-on-1s?
At least.
Get the free kick and tipped away.
Their poor finishing contributed to their their lack of goals.
It was a bit of a mix, wasn't it? Their poor finishing and Adrian's
fantastic goalkeeper.
That one he clawed out. That was right down in the bottom corner.
There was a couple as well, free kick that he nearly got caught out on.
They were some good. He's again played well. He played well Saturday.
Yeah, but you know what? There was one moment in that game where there was a throw on. You know what I mean? He worries me at times, Adrian. Adrian's a fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah, he's probably one of the most underrated goalkeepers in the Premiership. But sort of things like this decision from a goalkeeper is the reason that they're not top goalkeepers, because there's one that comes across from a throw, I think it was in the first half, and he's but he puts it right back in the mixer.
On a penalty spot when he just palmed it out.
Yeah, it's just sort of like you tip that round a post, you just chuck it that way, what I mean, wherever it goes that way. But he's sort of like got down on his knees and scooped it back into the mixer.
Well, to be fair, it's a throw-in. He could have just let it go in.
Yeah, but I understand he's concerned about someone coming in the back post, but you know what I mean, that's where you get an answer. Scoop up in the air if you have to, you know what I mean? Scoop it up in the air and then go and fucking.
The thing is that the ball you whack the ball into the air, gives you time to adjust your positioning.
Yeah, it's just that's sometimes things like that, and that's not the first time he's done that. He scoops it back in the
odd rash moment.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but that's a goalkeeper.
He pulled off some great saves, and there was a couple of saves I thought that were at him, and he could have held on to, and he palms them back out.
And then he makes there's one-on-ones, and you think, oh, here we go, and he flings a leg out, or
I mean,
How many could he have had tonight? 3, 4 if he'd have had his shooting boots on?
There was a few of them though. There was just coming and coming and coming. And I said to him on about 110, I said they're going to score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no way they're not going to score. If they don't score, they're rubbish. You know what I mean? And they did, and it was a great cross. Literally, they put some beautiful crosses in tonight, and our defenders
all night with the crosses.
Yeah, and I think Reedy got under the ball a little bit for the goal.
And Cresswell let his man get in front of
yeah,
the wrong
side
of him.
Cresswell got the wrong side of him.
Do you think, right? I know we've pointed it out a couple of times. Do you think they exploit our weakness?
Oh, Leicester.
Yeah, in the sense of they get the ball wide.
Do you know what? They've got our number.
Yeah,
I think they know how to play against us.
I think again it shows with the formation that we play, and how even though you say we play with Moses, who's a winger, Lanzini's a winger, we play very narrow, and we've got wingers who ain't the greatest at.
I think they've done it. Before we made the signings, and we've had a bit more protection back there since the sign, a bit more.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth done it very well.
Yeah.
Exposed the wings, and that's definitely something that they have to look at, because teams are going to be looking at that tonight and saying, right, that's where you can get at them.
And that's the worrying thing for me, because again it's been situations where we're getting 2 players down Creswell's side or 2 players down Jenko's side. I
think Cresswell was very sloppy tonight at times.
But again, he's had 2
tiredness.
Tiredness. As I said, when we done a preview show, and we said that we'd be surprised if a lot of them start. That performance Saturday against City, that was hard.
You think that last half hour we was under a lot of pressure.
Exactly, and as much you're camped out in your own box, your concentration levels have got to be high. It's going to make you tired.
What about sticking Reece Oxford in tonight? Someone like that should have.
That's what I thought they would have done. Again, is that alternate for us? What is the most important thing this season? It's being in the Premiership. So the run we're having at the minute, all right, you want to attack this cup because out of the 2 it's probably the easier cup to win. But you've got to look at it, get to as 30 points as quickly as possible.
But the thing is,
get to that January.
Yeah, and then go for the FA Cup.
Yeah, and there's another cup competition.
So the thing is, we can't even say like we didn't say it's serious. That was a strong side.
That's what I'm saying. It was a strong side.
I think it was sort of hangover from.
Yeah.
But like we say, this is. It's the West Ham of old.
That's 3 days. That's 3 days away from a fucking tough game, and it was an evening game as well. So there's not much rest and relaxation. Travelling back on Saturday night. I think they probably got a plane back, but they would have been coming back sort of like.
There, you don't know.
No, they travelled back because I see them on the.
I think they got. I'm sure they got a plane.
Yeah, I think they did they got a plane up there, but you're getting back late on Saturday night, and Sunday you'd have had a rest and relaxation day probably. So 2 days removed from a tough game. Yeah, maybe defensive wise, especially. I think Quixote should have come into the starting lineup. Maybe played centre half tonight.
Possible.
Just to give give the old guard a bit of a breather. But. Yeah, you say it in hindsight, you know what I mean? He would have been, thinking, you'd have had chats with players as well, you know what I mean? See, would you fancy it? And
that's it. And the thing is, as well, if we turn around and won that game, we'd be saying a completely different thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, innit? In hindsight, it's all easy to say. But if he'd have gone out there tonight with 10 changes and we'd have got toned over 2-1, he should have said, "Why don't you just play the same 11 that we played Saturday?" And it's one of them games. It's disappointing. We didn't get a thrashing, which we should have done.
No.
And as you say, there was a couple of decisions. Could have gone our way, could have turned the game in our favour, but that's football at the end of the day, and we've been beaten by the better side tonight.
It's the beauty of the game, isn't it? You go and beat the team who potentially champions at the end of the year.
They're not no mugs, are they?
No,
at the minute, are they? So, it's just one of them games. It's one of them. Shrug your shoulders. You just say, "Oh well, it's happened." You know what I mean? It's not. It's not one of them games where you go, "Oh, we should have won that," or
It's
like they'd have had their shooting boots on. That was.
I'm not that disappointed, bro.
No.
And I'm not just saying that because we lost. I'm not.
I am a bit because I always like to try.
He likes a cup, doesn't he?
I always like to try and have a go at the cups.
Yeah.
Because
What, you personally?
No,
Don't you fucking start me, you League Cup bastard. I'll have the FA Cup on the
FA Cup's better than you. No, I was like, because at the minute that's our most realistic chance of getting a trophy.
It is. That's silverware. That's silverware.
I think we're competitive this year.
We are,
We're competitive. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we've gone away to a Premier League team and we've been narrowly beaten. But you've got to look at it like that, because over the last few seasons, we've gone anywhere. Yeah, we've gone anywhere and been beaten, haven't we? Like, Sheffield United in the first round last year got beaten there. You know what I mean? Like at home. You know what I mean? On penalties and whatever. And then you look back in our history, we've gone places like Stockport and Swansea, Grimsby, and been beaten. So it's a Premier League team. It's a 50-50 toss. There was points of it where we could have won. It was the right result in the end, but look at it. It's a Premier League team. You lose it, make sure you beat Norwich. And
that's the important. At the end of the day, this game's done. This game's out of the way. Plus, we didn't pick up any injuries, which is good.
That we know of.
Yeah,
and they've got a few days now to get.
Yeah,
I think
rested, and you've got players coming back as well. So, again, when you look at positives, as we said, Carroll getting 60 minutes under his belt was a big positive. Zarate coming back and scoring, big positive.
Some nice football.
Some good football.
We did play, especially that first half.
Adrian carried on where he left off Saturday.
Yeah.
Roll on Norwich and
the future's. I mean, like last season, we would have been saying, it's fucking, this is.
To be fair, when we lost to Sheffield United in the first round last time, it was absolutely awful. It was like
because we was doing so well in the league.
Yeah, we're going to roll these over anyway. Reedy was the worst one for that in that game. He was just like, I can.
And he got the own goal and all.
Yeah, I can win every tackle, I can win every ball in the air, and he just looked shocking. But
no, I mean, I say I'm at the minute. There's a lot of excitement for the rest of the season.
No, let's be positive. Like, let's take the positives out of the game.
One of the best we've had for a long time. Yeah. We've won 3 really. I think we're the first team in Premier League history to win those 3 grands in one season.
It's got to be
something like that.
No, at the end of the day, we've won 3 games on the spin away from home in the league. When was the last time we
exceeded 1 goal?
And you got sort of like, no disrespect to these, because we talk about the West Ham way, and it'd be the West Ham way to go and fuck this up now. But you've got your 3 tough away games out of the way. An informed Leicester side you lose to. Bournemouth, who new to the league, and
as again, the Bournemouth game was a blip in my mind.
Yeah, I think.
But it was a good blip because it brought certain players back down to earth.
Yeah, I think so. So you're going to get 9 points from them, and now we can look at Norwich and think we've got a good chance to beat them. You can't never say never in Premier League. I mean, no one can say.
Don't fear anyone in the league.
So Norwich, then Sunderland away.
You've got to win that.
And I don't. No, I'm not going to say that. No, it's unfair to say you've got to win that.
We've always had a tough. So we don't win too often.
You're away from home. You shouldn't be expecting to win away from home, but you go up there with.
We got to be
positive.
Confident.
We've got to be confident that we can get a result up there. Definitely.
I mean, give them the, like you say, it's an out their own game. Give them the respect they're due, but don't fear them.
To be fair, I'd rather beat Norwich Saturday than anything else. Just because it's second game, be the second win at home, 2 wins at home on the bounce.
It's your own games that you push it. That you expect to win your own games.
Yeah. And that's
for a team like us, anything on the road's a bonus. And God, fuck me, has Brucey been in fucking full force this year? You know what I mean?
Full on Brucey bonus.
But let's crack on with the Premier League. Get them sort of games under our belt. Gel a bit more. Get everything embedded. Get the the mentality right. Get them, as you said, iron out the kinks of the the new brand of football that we're trying to play. Make sure everyone's playing all right. There's another cup in January, a tough one, but another cup to go for in January. Let's sweep this under the carpet, much like the European fucking shambles that we had. Sweep it under the carpet. Lesson learned. This is a team that's being built for future generations. You know what I mean? You look at our side now. When you look at our team, there's no one over 30. in the side? Is there?
In the starting 11 from Saturday.
Even the subs.
No.
Collins, sorry, yeah, Collins.
He's the only player in there.
Over 30. So you're talking about, I think the average age of our team, I heard this on a podcast, average age of our team on Saturday was 26 years and 100 days.
It's not bad.
That's
a team for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Without fail.
Hey!
I've done that for a while.
Leave it.
I ain't touching it.
Yeah, so...
That's Albert days.
Yeah, God rest his soul. Yeah, let's crack on. Lesson learned. In 2-3 years, we might have this cracked. You know what I mean? And
we could be sitting here thinking.
But it's just not. I look forward to every game now because I think, we've been playing. Even the games we lost. I mean, second half against Leicester, we played like decent football in the league game. Come back from 2-0 down against Bournemouth. And,
to be fair, there hasn't been a game this season that you can sit there and say we've played bad.
Look, win or lose, they've been entertaining games.
Exactly. You look at the Bournemouth. Said we
games. Bournemouth, we was fucking awful.
No, we weren't.
We was fucking awful. We give them 2 goals away. Yeah, then we got ourselves back in the game, and the worst. No, Scott, I'm not having that, mate. We was fucking.
Look at the football that got us back in the game.
I don't care.
Was it entertaining?
Awful.
It was entertaining.
Was it entertaining?
It was an entertaining.
No, I wasn't entertained. To be quite honest, I was fucking shocked with what I said. But it's a bedding in period, like you know what I mean. It's just getting used to the football. Brought a couple of players back down to earth.
This is as well with us.
Bodes well for the future.
Yeah, you look at the transfers that are coming. It's only their third game altogether with the new signings. So
smart signings. I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
we're playing some exciting football.
I'm not
a bit of exciting football.
I'm not bothered about being out of this.
No, don't care.
It would have been nice to have a run, but
Tomo's fucking fuming. So I just don't want to admit it.
Yeah, exactly.
The cups, Norwich.
I fucking love them.
I want them.
Any news from Tuesday? No, do you know what? I want to mention one man, Richard Keys. Richard Keys.
Mind your language.
No, I'm not going to mind my language because I'm going full force here, mate. I'm just about to warn you now. Kids, if any youngsters watching,
look away.
Or parents letting their kids watch, this is going to get fucking nasty.
It's there's a Vine moment coming up here.
So, any underage kids, switch off now because I'm just about to tirade on this cunt, right?
Earmuffs.
Richard Keys.
Go on, Nick.
I'm going to tell you what he said, right? And it's not that offensive. But he pops up with these little fucking nuggets about West Ham every now and then, and like, as I say, it's not that an offensive statement, but it's just the man. I dislike the man and the way he goes about himself and the way he conducts himself. I can't fucking stand him. The little airy fucking troll. I'd like to get my hands around his throat and squeeze the life out of him. I swear on my life, I can't stand him. I hate him. Do you know what? I was one of his...
He's sponsored by Gillette razors, you know.
He must use the cunt 6 times a day. But he's just one airy little jumped up prick that absolutely is so full of his own self-importance. He thinks he is the most important man on this planet. I'll tell you what, Richard, do you know what? If anyone follows that prick on Twitter, send this video to him because I swear on my life, you're the most jumped up little cunt I've ever had the displeasure to see on my fucking television. You can say what you like about me, I'm a cunt, but you are a bigger cunt. Right? No, Scott, please let me just say, send this to him.
Do you want me to follow him on Twitter just for this?
Have some fucking respect for the people that have played the game, right? Because I used to listen to you on Talk Sport, and I used to listen and I used to get fucking upset with what you used to say because he's got no respect for anyone. He thinks he's the most important thing on the fucking planet. I'll tell you what he said, but I ain't even said what he said yet. That's just what I think of him as a person, you know? He turned around and said, if Chelsea can blame their poor start to the season for coming back late from pre-season, coming back late to pre-season, he said West Ham are going to burn out very quickly. He said they've had a fantastic start to the season. I think he said they had a fantastic. He might not have even said that, but he said they've had 12 games before their opening fixtures of the Premier League. They're going to burn out. You're going to see them fade and die. They're going to have a terrible season. That's basically what he said.
You've answered your own question. He said he's an insignificant prick. Why are you bothered about what he said?
No, because there's a couple. There was one earlier on in the season. I can't quite remember what it was, but it was derogatory. I'll tell you what it is. You tell them what it is.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's Sam Allardyce's mate. He's got the ump. We sacked him.
Thank you. He's like. There's a lot of these people. Be careful what you wish for. You know what? I think Sam done a decent job. I've always said it. He's done a decent job, but we're moving on, and that is not what we want now. You know, and he was ready to move on. We was ready to move on. It's a amicable breakup sort of thing. But if you're going to say that we're going to burn out, well, about 5 of the signings we made about 3 weeks ago for a fucking start, and in about out of the 12 games, the kids played about 6 of them.
Exactly.
And it's just a normal preset. What is he talking about?
Exactly. We the only thing we
he says things to just for the sake of fucking
to get in the notes.
Yeah,
that's why he says.
You know what? You got sacked from Sky Sports for a fucking reason. You fucking horrible, womanising, fucking derogatory cunt. Yeah. You got sacked from Sky. Whatever goes in there goes in there. You got sacked from Sky Sports. You're disrespectful to people. Just shut up about football. You don't know nothing. I don't care how long you've worked in journalism. I don't care. You're a fucking wanker. Simple as that. That's what I'm going to say about Richard Keys.
I don't think I could have.
While we're on the thing of journalists,
but don't sit on the fence, Nick. I want to know what you really think.
While we're on the thing of journalists,
hate him. He's a troll.
Once again, listening to Talk Sport. I was driving into work Monday, listening to Talk Sport. It was the early breakfast show, right? And there's the Manchester correspondent for the Telegraph, right?
Yeah.
Who gave De Bruyne man of the match in the West Ham Man City game.
I thought he was brilliant, De Bruyne.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, but I thought he was a class above the rest.
He was a class above the rest, but how can you give him man of the match when you see a defender defend the way Reedy defended, and then the performance Adrian put in?
Local paper.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's again the media not wanting to give West Ham any respect.
Because
Graham Souness, right? Sorry, Gray. Leading up to the Arsenal game, right? Another one who cared, be careful what you wish for, right? He weren't saying that after we stuffed his beloved Liverpool 3-0, was he?
The media just on Sky Sport had the fucking Merson had the
That is the best video I ever saw. Was that fucking annoying bastard Phil Thompson?
Letizia was probably
his face when he went 1-0 down after 4 minutes.
Did you see the bit though when Letizia he's going, there's a goal at Anfield, and he went, yeah. He went 2-0. He went, no, Liverpool equalised. But really, he went, no, 2-0 down. He went, fucking.
Exactly. I hate people like that. You can't, you're meant to be impartial.
I'm not going to mention whatever, but I don't want to get sued by anyone. But I see a paper today, a real throwaway article about. It's not a paper; it's an online blog about who we're going to sell in a transfer window.
Who we're going to sell?
Yeah, who we're going to sell. It's like Payet. We're going to lose Payet, and I thought, what are you talking about? And it all come from a Sullivan. It's real bubblegum journalism. It's sort of like making something out of nothing because it was sort of a Sullivan comment. Yeah. That he said we're at the maximum now. We can pay for wages, which we're going to be. We've got a lot of players now. You know what I mean? It's a maximum. So if anyone's going to come in. Someone's got to go out. So and they've took that and said, you're going to lose Payet and you can lose Reed, and I thought, what are you talking about? It's just nothing journalism, just nothing in the story whatsoever.
We get to January, the only people we're going to lose is Amalfitano and bloody James Collins. Because one of them we put
Joe O'Brien possibly, if we can get a replacement for him.
And Collins just because he wants to play football.
What are you surprised about journalists who's making up this story? If it's a slow news week, they need to.
And before anyone ever turns around and classes me as a journalist, trust me, I'm not a journalist. I'm not. I'm a fan who's got a camera and a couple of lights, and that's all I am. I'm not a journalist. I don't pretend to be a journalist. I don't pretend to know anything about football. These are my thoughts and our thoughts about the game and the games from a fan's perspective, and I've got nothing to gain from giving them to you, and I've got nothing to gain from taking them from you. So if this does make its way to Richard Keys, before you say, "Oh, don't slag off your own fellow journalist," I'm not a journalist. I'm just a fucking fan with a cannon. You know what I mean?
It's our point of view.
Yeah. So that's it.
But it was very eloquently put, Nick. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Beautiful words.
I hope it makes his way to him, because I just want him to know, because I don't know whether he just lives in his own bubble where everyone strokes
Probably
his cock.
does, mate. Probably
you know
does.
what I mean? But he needs to know that people think you're a dickhead, and what you done on Sky was cuntish, and I've seen videos of you, what you said about women and things like that. It's disgusting, and you don't deserve to be in journalism. You should have been banned, to be quite honest with you, for what you said. And I liked you when you was on Sky, but I don't like you anymore. And that's as simple as that.
Yeah.
See, mate? Can't put it more simple than that.
Anyway, anything else?
Moving on.
Yeah, that's it, really.
That's it. Shall we wrap that up? It is late, and I've got to get this video up. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Post Match Pint. We'll be back again for the Norwich game.
We will.
You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Instagram West Ham Fan TV. Just search it, you'll find it. I don't know the bits and pieces. We've got our website now. That's www.westhamfan.tv. You can sign up to a newsletter that's going to be coming out, written by Scott. Which will also email you to every post-match pint or fan video, or a couple of videos that we're coming up. Yeah, collaborations we do, player interviews, ex-player interviews. We're not allowed access to the players. We've got 100 feet. We've got to stay away 100 feet away from them.
Nick's got a restraining order.
Yeah, so and that will email you every time a new video comes out, which is getting quite often now.
Yeah,
we're getting quite good at uploading. The equipment's still we're still in a process of change. So apologies for anyone that come to an interview at the Man City game. We did have a few technical difficulties, but we're ironing them out. We had a few at the Arsenal game, and we had a few there, and I think we've got that sorted now. I think we know what we're doing, and we'll leave it there for tonight, I think, and look forward to the Norwich game.
Yeah,
come on, you irons.